What difficulties did Oprah encounter as a result of her race? She found it difficult to find employment so that she could support her family, and as a result, Oprah was passed between relatives. After that, Oprah Winfrey and her mother resided in a boarding home, where she was subjected to years of sexual and physical abuse in addition to growing up in an environment of extreme poverty. The rapper said Russell Simmons and other black men are what Oprah is going after. He downplays the brutality committed against black women. 50 Cent wants his 25 million Instagram followers to be aware that Oprah Winfrey is going after black men. The rapper criticized Winfrey for picking up the hip-hop mogul as the topic of her new project rather than the white movie producer Harvey Weinstein after it was revealed last week that Winfrey will be executive producing a documentary about the sexual misconduct claims made against Russell Simmons. In one of several postings on Instagram about the subject, 50 Cent stated, "I just want to know why she is only going after her own." When it is obvious that African American men have faced much harsher penalties, Simmons, who has been charged with sexual harassment, assault, and rape by over 10 women, also wrote a lengthy Instagram post in his defense that was posted under the premise of an open letter to Winfrey. Only guilt of exploitation, support in making the soundtrack for a grossly unequal society, he claimed. This brazen cyberbullying by 50 and Simmons' use of a public pressure strategy are not shocking, particularly for those who observed the eerie hush inside the hip-hop scene as the Me Too campaign exposed years of sexual misbehavior in the entertainment and political industries. Prior to the Surviving R. Kelly documentaries released earlier this year, some expressed the same sentiment. #FirstThem was started by so-called Kelly fans to ostensibly suggest that before powerful white men who are accused of sexual misconduct are held accountable, the world should first demand accountability from black men like Kelly. It's the kind of reasoning that raises the question, are these #FirstThem guys interested in any kind of restorative justice for sexual assault victims, or are they seeking a society in which black men can abuse women at the same rate as white men, also without consequence? Or maybe black women shouldn't speak out about sexual assault when a black guy is the perpetrator, since the penalties for doing so in America are frequently harsher than for white men. The ramifications are obvious despite the ambiguity of these questions. When the experiences of black women who have been sexually assaulted cut through the layers of systemic racism, stereotypes of how overly sexualized we are, and the shame and dread surrounding violence, they still have to deal with a particular kind of silence. Dr. Kristen Blasey Ford came forward with charges of sexual assault against then Supreme Court Justice Brett Kavanaugh, and the entire world watched as she was criticized for doing so. She was subjected to a barrage of horrific verbal abuse, which is typical for many women who come out with similar experiences. Despite this, she wasn't accused of targeting white men in general. Conversely, speaking out is suddenly presented as a broad charge of racial betrayal against black women who come forward with their truths about sexual assault, and ostensibly against women like Winfrey who support them. However, hiding such abuse just makes black women's safety more at risk. In America, the relationship between your gender, race, and financial class affects not only how well you look and how much money you can make, but if you're a victim of sexual assault, this trio may also determine whether you get justice. Despite having greater incidences of rape and sexual assault than white women, research shows that black women are less likely to have their complaints taken seriously by the court system. This is one of the main causes of attacks going unreported, which makes it impossible to calculate the precise number of survivors. This is a grossly unequal society, to paraphrase Simmons. In a society where the perpetrator is also black women who survive sexual violence, and even those of us who assist them, can be further damaged by allegations of harming our own race. A culture that allows scapegoats like, well, what about the white men, to flourish. In a society where some people don't accept the testimonies of black survivors, much less believe they deserve to be given the same level of attention as a white lady, although 50 Cent may talk about defending our own, intimidating black women only serves to hurt our community. On Instagram, 50 Cent criticized Oprah Winfrey for allegedly just going after black males who had been accused of sexual assault. He sent music industry entrepreneur Russell Simmons an old photo of Winfrey and stated, "I don't understand why Oprah is going after black men." The rapper later shared a collage with the implication that only black males accused of sexual assault are imprisoned. It follows the disclosure that Winfrey is making a documentary about the allegations of sexual assault against Simmons. Drew Dixon, a former music recording executive who asserts Simmons sexually assaulted her, is a featured character in the film. Simmons expressed his dissatisfaction with Winfrey singling him out in a post on Instagram. After having its world premiere at the Sundance Film Festival in January, the documentary will air on Apple TV. No title has yet been made public. Oprah Winfrey has allegedly only spoken out against black males who are accused of sexual assault, according to 50 Cent. Russell Simmons and the rapper, whose full name is Curtis James Jackson III, exchanged a vintage photograph of the former TV personality. The criticism follows Winfrey's declaration that she will make a fresh documentary against the accusations of sexual misconduct against Simmons. After that, 50 Cent pursued Gayle King, a friend of Winfrey's who had confronted R. Kelly about the claims of sexual assault against him on television. Gayle's Death Blow documentary was directed by R. Kelly. He remarked, "I never know whether to dance or think about the little boys' butts every time I hear Michael Jackson. These publicly convict their intended victims, rendering them guilty until proven innocent." 50 Cent then intensified his criticism of Winfrey by uploading a collage of 6 famous men who have been accused of sexual assault, including Bill Cosby, R. Kelly, Kevin Spacey, Donald Trump, and Harvey Weinstein. Walk was put over the photographs of Epstein, Spacey, Trump, and Weinstein, while Jail was scrawled over the images of Cosby and Kelly. Simmons also criticized Winfrey's documentary about the charges against him on Instagram, calling it full of fabrications. Winfrey has already spoken out against individuals who have been accused of sexual assault. Winfrey talked about how the charges against Weinstein led to allegations against a number of other men in an interview with Gwyneth Paltrow for her new podcast. Known for being outspoken, international rapper 50 Cent occasionally calls out other celebrities. While some may be quick to label him the king of petty, he is also known to make some truthful statements. The singer of Get Rich or Die Trying is criticizing renowned media mogul Oprah Winfrey for her planned exposé on Russell Simmons. The rapper questioned Winfrey's decision to target Michael Jackson and Russell Simmons rather than Harvey Weinstein or Jeffrey Epstein. Given that she participated actively in the contentious television documentary series Leaving Neverland about Michael Jackson, 50 Cent made it obvious that he does not support the fact that she is preparing to do an exposé on another black man. In a different post, he featured a picture of strong black men and strong white men who have both been accused of sexual assault and had ties to Winfrey. 50 Cent drew attention to the fact that although the white males are still at liberty, the black men were imprisoned. In an interview with the Associated Press in 2008, 50 Cent seemed to criticize Oprah. Rappers weren't frequently invited to appear on her chat program, he claimed. He also alluded to the highly intense interview R. Kelly had an affair with a US TV host earlier this year, accusing her of dealing Kelly's career with death blow that it was. That's all for today. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon to receive notifications. Also, express your valuable thoughts in the comment section below. Until then, bye! Spend some time watching our other videos on the channel.